How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Now, today is the release of Innistrad Remastered, and I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of been losing my mind over the course of the last hour and a half, because I looked at what was legal, saw something that, in my mind, shouldn't have been legal, and I built a deck around it, and I played a couple games, and, like, I won one, and I was like, yeah, no, this feels kind of sound. And then, the next 6 games, I just got clowned on, and clowned on hard. It wasn't even a contest. And in those games where I got clowned on, like, I drew 14 to 20 plus cards. And as you can see, what I think shouldn't be legal is probably Griselbrand. Like, if he's too good for Commander, he's probably too good for Historic Brawl. But, yeah, I built that deck, and I just got massacred. So, I ended up hardening the deck. I think I'm going to mull this. Mull. Keep, I guess. You did me no favors. Yeah, I think Dreamstone has to go. I think I'm going to get clowned on again, honestly. I think the Angels just will do the job. But who knows? This isn't... So, the first iteration of this deck, its sole purpose in life... That's a cool angel. Well, I don't want that. Yeah, the first iteration of this deck, it existed in a kind of... We ramped a Griselbrand as fast as possible. Let's each discard a card, because we're not drawing. So what did they get rid of? We're actually in a really good spot, because our opponent is unfortunately land screwed. We're also land screwed, but... So we know one of the cards in their last 2 draws was a Plains. That's nice to know. Yeah, generally I don't rate like single target discard spells, but I have been got by them before in Historic Brawl, so I figured like maybe that's the double down we need to actually solve this crisis. This is rough, man. Black. Rankle go ranking. Did they draw a protection spell? They did. Rude. Going from 5 to 4 is suddenly slightly better than it was. Okay, I think we just play it as a boy, even though we're just dead. So if they attack in, we gain 2. We take 10. So we're at -1. GG opponent. It was fun. Your experience was weird. So, like, in my mind, when I think of, like, big creatures that have broken abilities, Griselbrand is up there, right? Because one of the first sets that I played with was, well, by that point it was like my second or third set, but was the set that Griselbrand and Avacyn came out in, right? Like Avacyn Restored. And in that context, he was just the biggest, meanest creature. Like, you drew a bunch of cards, you comboed off, that kind of thing with him. Although you weren't doing that in Standard, right? But that was still, like, what he was known and renowned for. And, yeah, no, like, it's weird, man. It's weird to think about, because it's like, if he's good and if he's safe in Historic Brawl, could he just be safe in Commander? And I'm 99% sure that the answer is no, he would not be safe in Commander, because Commander is... You have a lot more cards, right? And it's a much more dangerous format to consider how safe a card is in. But at the same time, I've played a lot of him. He feels weirdly safe in Historic Brawl. And that's just not... It's hurting my brain, if I'm being honest. It doesn't feel right. Black. And some boots. So this way we can Blood on the Snow next turn if our opponent goes super crazy on me. We got another version of Olivia. I don't know if we have two versions of Olivia because I haven't looked through their remastered stuff yet. I might actually switch out the order of uploads and put this one out today because it's just kind of crazy. I don't get it really. Been hurt opponent, and I really just can't afford to let things slide. I don't know, it's weirdly gotten under my skin that you could lose with a Griselbrand. And that makes sense, right? Like, it shouldn't. You can lose with any card. But, like, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, I'm sure. I would like to win the game, opponent. I don't know, is Shuffler an opponent? I feel like Shuffler is mostly also an opponent. Yeah, but it started out with like a fun mono black life gain deck, and as we waded through the trenches, it slowly became more of an oppressive control focused deck. And like that's a dark path to take for what should be just a fun ideal, right? Be like, here, Griselbrand is legal. Isn't that cool? Isn't that unique? And no, it just turned into, how can I prevent my opponent from having the most fun by showering them with the most interaction and making sure that everything that they play is dead, about to die, or is in exile? Like, that's rough, man. That is rough. I have another deck built that I'm going to be recording either today or tomorrow. And it's more fun. I shouldn't have kept this. I should have... Like, the point of putting the one mana disruption in your hand is that with the free mulligan, you're almost guaranteed to get your hands on one of them, which is nice. I'm not going to search up a combo piece here. I'm just going to search up some ramp. What color is our opponent? Is Golos. You know, I'm gonna take that because I got Planeswalkered hard one of those games, and it was just not fun, man. Not fun at all. So let's... Only one. My god. What is that hand, bro? That's insane. Cauldron Familiar. Gain some life. Sack it, search up a card. I think I'm gonna get Blood Money. Feels like a reasonable investment into the future. I'm gonna get my cat back, which is nice. Rude, man. I think we've just been outvalued again, and it's making me sad, man. It's making me sad. Let's kill Joda. Lord Xander. Do we want the cat or the treasures? The treasures will get us to ramp. Just free off a Timeless Lotus. Nothing to worry about there. Discard, sacrifice, draw. Let's do it all. Probably wrong. I shouldn't have discarded, but I didn't think it through. I didn't think it through. This man, AB the man, he just... Wow. Maybe I'm just bad at building mono black decks. Or maybe Griselbrand just isn't a command zone card. This is hilariously bad. Because Golos is like, haha. Oh, well, that's just awful. Of all the awful things to happen to me, this one is among them. Yeah, no, I'm done. Thank you for your time. Ugh. Extra turn. Bajillion mana. We've seen enough. We know how that ends. It's not looking good for Golos. I mean, not Golos. Griselbrand. We'll have to build around it more. Because I feel like there's a way to make this happen. Like, in mono green, we could go, what's his name? Old Stick Fingers? And have Golos be have Griselbrand be the only creature in our deck. So on turn 3, you would cast Old Stick Fingers. You would guarantee that Golos goes into the bin. And on turn 4, you could that 4 mana, sacrifice a creature, return a creature to your hand, return a creature to the battlefield. That card, you could cast that on turn 4 and have a Griselbrand on turn 4. In my experience, though, having a Griselbrand on turn 4 doesn't do it, unfortunately, anymore. Yeah, so this deck is just removal and Griselbrand. And I guess we have a Razaketh there because he kind of does something similar to what Griselbrand does. He searches up one card and he costs you a creature to do it, but it is the card you want, right? It's not the top 7. Let's slow things down a bit. I kind of want to get rid of the ramp. The creature we can deal with. I kind of want to get a Thought Distortion now because that is just hilarious. So next turn we can Ritual of Soot and hopefully clear away the Ceaseless and the Starfield Mystic. The Ceaseless feels like the thing that they would play, because it makes the most sense. And then they can leave up Veil of Summer in case we try targeted removal. You, opponent. You have made some life choices. I hope you, hope you're okay with them. So I'd like to draw another land. That's on my list of priorities. Liliana isn't bad. Like, this is how I envision the deck going, but it doesn't go that way some of the times. And I'm really worried about that, because it kind of caused an existential crisis in me on the current state of Magic. Like, if drawing 14 cards and answering at least half of every creature and permanent cast by your opponent isn't enough to get you to a stable board state, something's gone wrong, right? Like, something inherently is wrong. But I don't know what it is. And generally, Historic Brawl isn't that. Like, it isn't that unbalanced, right? Because you have a bunch of people who will come up with like the CDH version of a Historic Brawl deck that's, look at me, I built such a good deck. But then you also have people who will just play their casual decks, right? And they'll be playing vampires, or they'll be trying to build around a really cool synergy, or trying to donate something, that kind of thing. And, like, that's really cool. And I think there's space in the format for both of those kind of things, right? Like, I know I'm not that big of a fan of the CDH, I built a good Historic Brawl deck, decks. But the main reason for that is because most of the decks that I build are not in that category, and I kind of want to show off what my deck is trying to do, right? And if I run into all just powerhouse decks that close out the game in the first 5 turns, you can't really show off what your deck is trying to do, because it's just over. So I kind I think those decks are important, but I also think that they're a stifle in the creativity, right? This one seemed fine. It's just a zombie deck, right? Like Kevin the Gorgon, he's playing a zombie deck. We know because there's a champion of the parish. Yeah, we can leave up the Swift End. It's a good card. Hey, Arcane Signet. I am gonna Swift End the champion before he comes down. Jadar's a scary dude. Assassin's Ink is something that I think is better than I gave it initial credit for, because it can be just 2 mana destroy target creature or planeswalker, and that's kind of neat. It's kind of good. I like it, and it's instant, which is pretty valuable, honestly. But I think this is going to be our final match, because we have gone well over our allotted match number. I think we were doing 3, and I think this is our 4th. We've won 1, lost 1, and I think we're going to win another one. Jadar. Hello and good luck. Jadar has returned. Oh well. We can clear the board in other ways. Do they have a 1 mana blue counterspell? They do! Oh, isn't that lovely? Yep, sure, why not? Okay. Nope, we'll pass the turn. Kevin the Gorgon, I was initially on your side, but 1 mana blue counterspell is not my friend, and I don't like it. I guess it is kind of my friend. I kind of do like it too. All that's kind of crazy, honestly. Pass the turn. So we might not even get to use Griselbrand if they just top deck a removal spell. Yeah, like that one. Although this one is better for us than just a straight removal spell, because if they just straight removal spelled, we wouldn't be able to activate him. We can't even really tutor with Grim Tutor. So we just drew 5 lands, basically? We can start here. Let's get rid of that. Gonna put him on top. Return to the end step, yeah. So we just needed a turn where he wasn't attacking. Yeah, might as well ramp a little bit more. That's good. Yeah, I don't need that land. Demonic Bargain. We gotta get one of the two combos pieces, and then we can work towards the other one. So we still have Pier. And we still have Sheoldred. We still have Underworld Dreams too, so we're just golden all around. I think I want... Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Sheoldred. I think I want Sheoldred. Because it is a lot of mana to pull off that combo. Okay. Let's get a boy down. Play Sheoldred. Good fair card. Swing in for 2. We need to gain some life or we'll just lose. Okay. Approach the second sun. Gain some life. And then we look at the Pier with this, and if they can't kill us, we win the game. It's the games where we basically don't play Griselbrand that actually get us to where we need to go. The opponent loses X life. Okay, we lost some life, but it's fine. Sheoldred must live, though. That is a prerequisite for our continued victory. Yeah. They're thinking things over. I do think we just win, though. Yeah, because there isn't any way for them to interact at this point. GG opponent. Well, 2 out of 4 isn't bad. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time around. Bye for now.